Hi, welcome to another episode on श्री राम कॉलेज ऑफ कॉमर्स। और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट पे, एलुमनाइज के बारे में। आई एम श्योर you have watched the previous videos and you are loving this series. Today, we are going to talk about the alumni network and the alumni of Shri Ram College of Commerce. But why do people talk so much about alumni network? आखिर हम इस सब्जेक्ट पे इतनी बात क्यों करते हैं? See, you need to understand that when it comes to alumni network, it also leads to networking and better placements for the future batches. A strong alumni network generally translates into better placements and internship opportunities for the younger students. So it makes it very important for you to know who the alumni from the colleges are. And today, in this episode, I'm going to talk about some of the notable alumni who graduated from SRCC earlier and are in their different positions in different fields today. So we'll talk about some of the respective names, some of the notable names over here. While the list is very exhaustive, you can also check the same from the official website of SRCC. They have a dedicated page on the same. I'm sure you are going to enjoy this video और आपको ये लिस्ट देख करके बहुत ही अच्छा लगेगा. So let's look at how the alumni or where the alumni of SRCC are today and what they are doing. Starting with business. If you look at the people from SRCC, there are some famous names you'll come across, and I'm sure most of you know about them. So whether we talk about Mr. Manoj Kohli, who is the country head of SoftBank India, or we talk about Mr. Analjit Singh, who founded the Max Group. I'm sure when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to insurance, everybody is aware about the Max Group or the Max conglomerate. Not to forget about the chairmen of some bigger organizations like Punj Lloyd Group, SNP Punj, and CMD of Dalmia Cement Bharat Limited, Yadu Hari Dalmia. So the list when it comes to entrepreneurship, the list when it comes to business is quite big and exhaustive. So it would be difficult for me to cover every possible name over here, but still I'm trying to take you through this journey and help you understand some of the biggest names you might be also familiar with, or you might have heard or seen them somewhere definitely. Amitabh Jhunjhunwala, the Vice Chairman of Reliance Capital Limited, or Rajiv Memani, Chairman and Managing Partner of Ernst& Young, one of the biggest consulting firms in the world. So he handles the Ernst & Young India as a Chairman and Managing Partner. When we talk about Minu Jindal, we should not forget she is the Managing Director of Jindal SAW Limited, and she is also the Founder Chairperson of SWAM. Now, many people also believe that most of the alumni actually work in the private sector and very few are there in the government sector. But if you look at the list of the SRCC, that's quite different. So people have been there in higher positions in government banks as well. Not to forget SL Bansal, who was the former chairman and managing director of Oriental Bank of Commerce, one of the biggest public sector banks, and Mr. Subodh Kumar Goyal, who is also the former chairman and managing director of UCO Bank. If you look at the government services, Mr. Navtej Singh Sarna, who graduated way back from SRCC, has been the former Indian ambassador to United States and also an author. Mr. Sanjeev Sarnyal, who is the current principal economic advisor in the Ministry of Finance to the Government of India. So not just about business, economics, or not just about the entrepreneurship, the alumni from SRCC are there in every walk of life, whether it's about government services, whether it's about legal services, How can we forget about Justice A.K. Sikri, who is now a judge in Singapore International Commercial Court and has been a judge in the Supreme Court of India, now retired, and Rohinton Fali Nariman, former Solicitor General of India and former Judge, Supreme Court of India. He retired from Supreme Court of India as a senior judge this year itself. When it comes to media, I think the names need no introduction. Whether it is about Rajat Sharma, who is the chairman and editor chief of India TV, or the bad man, Mr. Gulshan Grover, one of the finest actors of our generations. And not to forget about Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra. I'm sure you watch Loving his films, and so do you watch Loving films where Miss Nimrat Kaur acts. The list is quite long. If you look around politics, I'm sure each one of you would be aware about late Shri Arun Jaitley, the former Union Minister of Finance and also was the former Union Minister of Corporate Affairs. Mr. Vijay Goyal, the Member of Parliament and has been the Member of State Parliamentary, has been the Minister of State Parliamentary Affairs earlier. And Mr. Jitin Prasad, who is also a Member of Parliament and former Minister of State for Human Resources. The list is quite big. I would urge each one of you to actually also look at the official portal of the SRCC, where all the names of the alumni you are going to find out, and I'm sure you are going to be mesmerized about. Please do subscribe to the channel and also download the CL app to get free content.